There we go. And
close to getting an early brawl. Already the ward placed down on the low ground, but they're still smoked for 2 more seconds. And it will scout out that Alpha was definitely trying something. DogChamp was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we saw much of it, but Alpha just went out with a smoke, trying to make something happen. But they really only just got that ward out in the mid lane, and that's pretty much it. As the dust settles here.
Yeah, just a lot of pinging. It was like,
yeah, I noticed that. There's like tons of pinging.
Who dares cross into the river to pick up that bounty rune? Right now, looks like DogChamp is going to be spreading out on the other half, and Bloody Nine, he's still in for an ill surprise here because there's multiple hostiles coming around, but they're going to miss the first spell. The axe is only hit a little bit, but the glimpse is going to be there. So Alpha first blood grenade being used up as well, really making sure that they get this one. No. How did Kaya get the grenade?
Blood grenade, yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. 10 damage, magical damage. So yeah, that is the blood grenade that finished the job.
That's a rich disruptor now. This man has 600 gold in his bank. Very interesting.
So he wants to deal with that. Buy another blood grenade. Might as well. Only waiting for the boots money to be available and then send the courier in. Wants to be able to move around with this Moose Clinks going all around the place. Doesn't want to let him have a free game. Steel is very low in mid already. Red 2 is asserting some dominance here versus the Storm Spirit.
You got to walk in close to drop a Remnant, right? And this is why Leshrac is pretty good versus the Storm. It just sets up these easy stuns. And he's going to keep punishing him. So very interesting pick to see the Storm into Leshrac. Maybe he doesn't know the matchup very well himself. But, you know, Red 2... confident.
Maybe he's just really confident that he can pull this one off.
Against a Grandmaster Leshrac player, huh? I will have to see. An uphill battle.
You did talk about these, North American mid players. They know Leshrac by heart. They're basically born with, Leshrac hero put in front of them.
Born with Leshrac blood in their veins.
Yeah. Disco pony since birth.
Yeah. Just got back from EDM, probably Red 2 in Las Vegas, ready to play some Disco Pony.
Well, depending on the decade you were born in, maybe some of that 90s rave is running in there. Braxy looking for another kill on Lich, but not going to be enough with that Arcane Bolt, and DNM. He's kind of celebrating right now. You know, he's level 2, 1 point in Thirst, but moving pretty fast for a level 2 Bloodseeker.
It's only gonna get a bit easier here. Satoshi, he's just low HP here.
Oh, this is an easy connection for them to get Braxy. This could be potentially a first kill going their way, but still slowed up a little bit. Just enough with that concussive shock connecting onto the Bloodseeker, keeping him at bay.
They don't need the kill. Look at the lane. It's in their favor here. The HPs, they had to double salve now. An economical blow here. Maybe, I think you got to make something happen pretty soon here in this bot lane for Alpha, or things might get out of hand very quickly.
Of course, DNM, you're playing a Bloodseeker. Your opponent has to go all in or nothing. Can't do a half-assed job against this Bloodseeker. Bloody Nine actually wanting to get that Lotus, but not going to get it because it is Braxy who picks it up, and maybe after the Silence ends, the Axes are going to do the job. No, but the Arcane Bolt surely will. Braxy will get this kill 2 on the board for Alpha. Game 2 starting off pretty much just like the last one in terms of kills going in the way of Alpha, but the farm is still an advantage for DogChamp. Speed's going to get sent back into top lane. They're going to turn it around potentially as the Shadow Fiend is taking a heavy pummeling, but he also has a raise available. And he's going to get this one. Moose trying to fight till the bitter end, and he's going to drop as well. Blessed Kid. Shadow Fiend for the double. Alpha up to 4.
That was super good, but hit every single raise there. Turns to get this the double kill. If he would have died there on that stuff, that could have been the deal breaker for, honestly, potentially this game spiraling out of control. But him getting those quick kills really, really helps. Because bot lane, it's struggling pretty hard. Mid lane got a little bit of struggle as well. And now we got the glimpse all the way back to base. And Moose, he gets tipped yet again in this game, having to buy the smoke of shame to walk back to this top lane.
So Kaya versus Moose building a bit of a rivalry here.
Speed has 3 stacks on him. Is there any way to give him mana? Mango him? 4 stacks?
4 stacks, make it 5, and he's dead.
He's gone.
Every single raise to connect from the Shadow Fiend. Blessed kid. He's having a blessed lane.
Really looking out like the star player here for Alpha. Game number 1,
just
pretty impressed. Yeah, game number 1, I was pretty impressed with its TB performance. Game number 2, overly impressed by his Shadow Fiend thus far. Winning the top lane here, keeping his team in the lane. I mean, they are up 5-0. However, it's less than a 1k gold advantage so far, so not the biggest lead. And a lot of that has to do with how hard this beast is struggling. And Storm, not struggling super hard, but definitely down by about 400 gold to 500 gold in this mid lane.
Yeah, he's following up behind on this Leshrac, but not by too much. So the margins, they're there, but at least they're not massive margins. Shadow Fiend at least topping the net worth right now, and already has the Mask of Madness lined up, so Blessed Kid could start farming even faster.
Where is Blessed Kid going? Oh, he wants to go on Moose.
I mean,
we got some raises available.
They've really got a bloodlust for this lane. Yep.
Nope.
They really have a bloodlust in this lane.
Yeah. Tokaya's got some beef with Moose, apparently. Really playing the mental warfare.
I wonder how Moose is taking it, you know?
He's probably a little tilted. How couldn't you be? 2 games in a row picking clinks and feeding your brains out in the early game.
See in the mid lane though, Bloody Nine's going to be focused here. Steel to get himself a kill. He's level 6 now. TPing a bit closer to the rune. And Takaya is going to be there to take away the shield rune from Red 2. So we talked about Leshrac. If he doesn't get those power runes, then that's going to be beneficial for Alpha. And they will look to kill this Leshrac, who's dealing a lot of damage to Braxy. But can they kill him? No, they cannot. He's going to be able to get out of Bloody Nine. He's going to interrupt Takaya from running away. Moose, time to return the tip. Time to return the tip. Moose?
Yeah, I think Moose doesn't want to do anything prematurely. I think,
he'll save it to the
in karma,
end.
you know? Until the throne goes down. Very humble guy.
He's at the cliffhanger, you know?
Yeah. He'll get him at the end if they manage to win this.
The thing is, when you have a rivalry like this, who's the real antagonist? Who's the antagonist? Is it Takaya or is it Moose?
That's Takaya for sure.
He's the villain.
He did the aggressive tipping. These aren't like, wow, you played well tips. These are, you messed up. I'm trying to shame you.
He is the antagonist, and he's the villain of the story. Sometimes the villain wins. Let's see if this one is definitely going to be making the case or not. Both offlaners timing Vanguard at the same time. So Beastmaster Doom, extra tankiness brought back. Satoshi's got some big juicy stacks to farm with 3 points of axes. Going to be relishing this jungle farm.
Both offlaners having a horrendous game as well.
I could say Satoshi's maybe doing a tiny bit better than the Doom is. This top lane, how much did Shadow Fiend get out of this compared to how much did the Bloodseeker benefit?
Well, you're up about 600 gold here on the Shadow Fiend, so. But at the same time, Doom is slightly ahead of the Beast. Nothing to write home about, actually, after those stacks, so. Just a clear advantage for the side of Alpha here. But it's the mid lane, though. We're going to have to look at it again. I feel like they should have definitely killed Red 2 with that engagement in the mid lane, but instead, their indecisiveness on getting that glimpse off and going for the kill was a little slow. That will
lead into another kill that's coming with Satoshi and the help of the supports, and he's got Roar up now. And Blessed Kid has also joined in, so maybe we will see some big action break loose. Rupture coming out, but they don't know about the Shadow Fiend. He's just going to roar the Seeker. And Blessed Kid, Mask of Madness up, and DNM, you've been schooled.
Been jebaited.
Debated indeed.
That might just transition straight into a tower push now.
First point into presence of the Dark Lord. Won't help with the towers yet. Have to wait another 7 more levels for that to kick in, but the damage he's already dishing out with Mask of Madness and all these filled Necromastery stacks. Yep, SF's in a good place. Steel comes to protect his tower in mid. He's gonna get stunned up. Here comes Takaya. Around potential here. Lich Shield is going to be soaking up some of that damage, but Steel going in for round number 2. The Glyphs and the Axes are going to do the work. And Alpha playing like a true Alpha pack right now, just hunting down the betas. The DogChamps, the Corgis are being hunted down by the Wolves.
Yeah, you don't want to be DogChamp against the Alpha pack, that's for sure. But that's kind of what this game is looking like right now. 11-3. Bleeding kills all over the map here on the top of Blessed Kid and Takaya. Really making some great plays on the map.
And they're actually playing the map, which I love to see. Like, I feel like if Alpha were in a better position last game, they would have been able to move around a lot more. Now they're really sending everybody all over the map. Shadow Fiend using the Twin Gates to rotate for these kills. They're helping out the Storm Spirit in mid. Both supports just going all around the map, top, mid, bottom, mid, finding kills everywhere they go. So this is the type of movement you want to see from all of these Division 1 teams. And I know we're giving Alpha a hard time, but we're giving them a hard time for a reason, because they've yet to provide the results on the board. But this is by far, I think, one of the best games that they've had up to date.
I mean, we're not giving them a hard time about this game now, are we? Nothing
We're
but
not.
praises.
We're not at all.
Playing really well.
There's a good reason for it. They're doing a very good job here in this early game. But as said, Alpha, even in the past, they've had good starts to the game. Can they keep up the tempo is the big question here, and they will get Red 2's Leshrac. Even if it comes with the entire mana pool of Storm Spirit being burnt, it's totally worth it to get this Leshrac out of the way. Dead for the second time. He will not be pushing your towers while he's dead.
Now you're kind of in a dream scenario here for Alpha. You've got your SF, who is by far the most farmed here in the game. Storm Spirit, after those couple deaths to the Leshrac, or not to the Leshrac, killing the Leshrac, is now second to net worth, having a much better game this time around on Steel, going into that Witchblade, double null talisman. When he finishes that,
oh, they're targeting
Blessed
Kid.
Kid.
He's going to need backup right away. They have full TPs available. He's moving away from the safety of that tower. Moose is giving information. The Blessed Kid is going to be able to move out to deeper jungle camps while Red 2 pushing down the tower. Speed's going to be here. No glyph available, so that will fall. Meanwhile, a mid-tier 1 tower trade happening at the same time as Alpha, trying to keep up the pressure.
Blessed Kid been watching some Arteezy stream or something. His moves are on point. Playing the Shadow Fiend super well on top of it.
The rare Arteezy stream's been coming back. It's a sign.
I haven't been watching a lot of his streams, but every time I tune in, he's playing SF, and the moves and decision makings he's making across the map are that of a tier 1 carry right now, I will say.
Right now, Alpha really looking like a unified force as well. They will get Bloody 9 and start to push a tier 2 tower 13 minutes into the game. So everything is going in their way, and they are the ones dictating the pace. And you talked about Speed's Doom. Like, does Alpha still answer this Doom in the draft at any phase? Well, right now, getting kills off of this Clinks the whole time, and he's been punished twice in the lane. Really pushed his game back a very big amount.
Yeah, Clinks is having a rough one. But a lot of players right now are having a rough one. Haven't seen too much from DNM, but he's also playing Bloodseeker. He's the carry. He doesn't want to make a lot of moves on the map. It's really been up to Red 2, who he just needs to farm as well. He will have that Bloodstone soon, which is going to help. Maybe that's the turning point. You're going to wait for that. BKB, Bloodstone, and I believe... I don't know. I don't know if there's any item that Speed is going to get anytime soon that's going to be like, wow, that's great. Like, he can get Boots of Travel, sure. Blink Dagger with the Centaur creep, maybe, but that's going to be a while from now.
That's going to take some time for sure. You know, Speed just playing the micro game. Ray's dead. He's just sending skeletons to siege that tier 2 tower, but it's nowhere as fast compared to the Shadow Fiend who wants to take Roshan right now. So Alpha heading towards bottom. There's a Radiant scan. Are they
timer check?
Contest this?
14 minutes? 14-minute Roche? That's a bit early.
It is a bit early, but DogChamp, even though they did scan it out, they're not making any moves towards bottom either. Are they just going to let it go? Looks like
I think so. And you give this one to Steel, I believe. You're only level 11 on SF. I don't think you want to be part of every single fight right now, but maybe he does with a Silver Edge queued up. We'll see who picks it up. Of course, Storm. I think
makes sense.
That's the most obvious choice. Anything other than Storm would have been like very out of the ordinary.
Making their moves as well towards top, and Storm getting caught as well. That just might be your Aegis instantly burnt away as Speed does get the Doom off on time, and the Storm Spirit is going to be dropping for the first time, but the silence onto the Doom and slowed up as well by Braxy. Blessed Kid moving in for the kill, but the Satoshi will be picking this one off. Getting the last hit onto Speed. Aegis did expire right away,
but it did
reclaimed.
It got a kill. And it baited out the Doom. So, wasn't the best Aegis use of all time, but it had value. And I think that's all that really matters as the snowball continues for Alpha. As there will be no Doom available for the next couple fights here, potentially. Depending on how slow or how fast Alpha wants to play.
Setting their sights towards the tier 2 tower, but no creep wave, so Alpha's just kind of chilling about. It's a very early Frost Shield, by the way.
Yeah,
that's going to be on cooldown, by the way. They're actually going to start pushing.
It's only level 1 at the moment, but it's still that 30% reduction. And then the glyph was a little interesting as well here as DogChamp. Are they just falling apart mentally here? These don't seem like the best uses of resources I've ever seen, but maybe they're just a little shook at how this game is going, and somehow their one singular range creep gets the last hit on the tower when there's 3 enemy heroes, including the Shadow Fiend, hitting it.
Still, 16 minutes in with this much control on the map for Alpha, they only have a 2k lead. It's not like you're, we've seen this story before. It's like a 5-6k lead, but still looking for the next kill. Onto the ledge here. Sinister Gaze does go off. The silence is being built up here with the Blood Right, but it won't connect as the Lich is already dead and Steel will dodge it. Now Shadow Fiend making a move towards bottom. Shadow Walk. Requiem play potentially.
They're trying to go through the gate. He's going to ult. Oh, they got the glimpse.
Doesn't even need
they had a
to
ward
pump
there.
his ult.
I was wondering how he had vision for glimpse there. There's just an observer ward sitting there and checking it out.
Bloodstone Leshrac still yet to show potential this game. Not the items they were getting to play around.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the game where Red 2 can just run in anymore. It might only be a 2k gold lead, but when's the last time you've seen DogChamp even look like they could take any resemblance of a fight?
Last game.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been a while. Glimpse play. Speed sent all the way back to the top lane. That was an easy catch for Takaya. And Alpha getting to siege this tier 3 tower. You've got sub 10 level supports here, and they're pushing your high ground.
This is ambitious. I mean, they do have a pipe.
Off as well. Blessed Kid in the middle of the silence range here. Doesn't get to channel his Requiem moves, coming in for the back line, trying to help out with a kill. Red 2 is going to be dropping shield. Blessed Kid gets his ulti off, and he explodes at the same time. Moose is going to be dropping here, and Speed's coming back into the action. 2-man stun, gets the catch onto the Storm Spirit. He's doomed up, and DNM still surviving, battling it out against Satoshi. And Alpha will lose members. Will they lose Braxy as well? Yes, they will. And talked about ambition. Well, sometimes you have big ambitions, but they fail. This probably was one of those.
This is called playing too fast, yet again. It's 18 minutes into the game. You're only level 12 on SF. You don't even have the level 15 talent. You don't need to be hitting high ground right now. It's really not necessary.
Steal once DNM. No BKB. Can he get this kill to happen? Haste rune, right clicks. Yep, he's got it.
Got him.
Big kill.
And he's out.
And he gets a
Steel
friendly
really
tip from
showing
his
up this game.
And that's what you wanted to see. You wanted to see Steel have a better game, and this has definitely been it. 7-0-6 Storm.
He is delivering, and I want to see the patience from Alpha. If we want to see a 3-game series, you want to see some life from Alpha, then you want to see them win this game. So in a way, I am rooting for them in that regard. You don't like to see a team just lose every single game and get relegated. I want to see some improvement, and I want to see some map wins. Which means there's no real reason to go high ground. Like, I understand the 14-minute Roche, that was good. It was fine. You got a lot out of it. And you might get moves here too. Detection? Yep, they got it.
And Mr. Claire on top.
Moves at 0-5 now. Having a rough Clinks game here.
Yeah, he's not in a good place. Bloody Knights died 7 times. Red 2 4 times. Moves as well. Maybe they can get another kill on this Red 2 Leshrac. Oh, sure, they'll take it. Even if that was a 4-man silence from DNM, that doesn't do any difference for this Leshrac's life. And here we go again. This time the enemy is dead while they're pushing. And they're going to find another one. Bloody Eye's going to be falling apart as well. Coming in with a buyback, but they got the roar. DNM's going to be controlled. Doom coming up the back line, though. And Doom getting sent away just as fast as he arrived. Storm Spirit. Jump back to the low ground. Beastmaster still ruptured up. Moves, dealing out damage. Frost Chain coming out as well. And Satoshi's about to drop to Red 2, but he's going to live. Requiem and the turnaround. Red 2 falling. Satoshi gets to live. And Alpha, there's some real hype mode going on right now. This is, it's a 5K lead now. This is very different to the 1s and the 2Ks that they've had this entire game. A successful, very broken team fight. Just goes their way.
They just want to end this game. It's been very clear.
Let's go.
Maybe they don't understand fully that they think they can win this game by playing the map. But what they do understand, though, is if they just group up, play together, maybe they can just end the game. It's been 21 minutes. They're going to get one side of the barracks here. 6K net worth advantage. Roshan will be potentially spawning in about 4 minutes or so.
It's one of those situations where God Complex actually plays in your favor. That Alpha is relentless.
Yeah.
If they decided to go defensive and farm around the map after that last fight, I guess this game could still be going on for a much longer time. It's still going, and it still potentially could go, but taking a lane of Rax after being fearless of this guy, guys, let's do it again, let's go again. It worked out for the better. And man, Takaya, he set this Doom out twice in these fights. He gets his Doom off, but he gets glimpsed away, and you're missing out on a very crucial amount of extra damage speed. And most importantly, the War Stomp initiation, it's not there.
Of course not. I will say the one thing about Alpha's playstyle right now is it's entertaining to watch. Very rarely do you get to see teams that are winning just be like, let's go win the game right now. It's time. It's mainly, we're winning. We need to win more. Don't go high ground. But they're just playing against what most teams would do in these situations and going for the high risk, high reward plays. Fun to watch. That's all I got to say.
Most importantly as well, Alpha yet to win a single map of Dota. They're in the driver's seat.
They are. And speed. Oh, he should be good.
Close though. Very close. That was a close attempt. Alpha scouring outside of DogChamp's base. Just looking for kills. Anything that walks in their way, they will look to hunt down. Even Moose knows that now. I gotta play more defensive. I gotta play the boarding support game of just, chilling in my high ground.
I feel like the only way you win this, if you're DogChamp, is if Moose scales out of control somehow. Because I'm looking at Red 2's net worth and his game. Pretty much nothing there to be said. He's not gonna be able to run into these earlier fights. And I really want him to see get level 15 on Shadow Fiend. This would be so much easier. Yeah, but there are 5 heroes. It's going to take them forever to get level 15. But they're deciding it's not important. And maybe it's not. Maybe perhaps it's not. But to go back to my point here, this is a Bloodseeker carry. This isn't like some Terrorblade or Morphling that's just going to ultra scale into the game. And your mid Leshrac is supposed to be pulling a lot of weight here, but he's not. So it's very scary. And Satoshi, Crimson Pipe are available. That was one of the builds. Actually, you said you wanted him to go drums, but either way, he has skipped the drums of Slom and the Tranquil boots and the drums build, which is the boots of Bearing. I blanked on that name for a second.
Yeah, Sky's
playing
building the drums now. Yeah,
yeah, and Sky. That's another question you had. What is he going to build? Is he going to be more selfish? No, he's not. He's going to go straight into Solar Crest, Pavis. Solar Crest, that's not an item that really benefits Skywrath whatsoever, but he's buying it just for the team.
Selfless item, yeah. That's what you want to get on your applause for. Just selfless items to help out your team. Maybe in some cases you can get a pseudo carry or pseudo core. Maybe in some cases just self-beneficial items to pump out that extra damage, just like Skywraths usually do. But Raxi takes a different approach, and Roche is going to the top half of the map, and DogChamp,
they're waiting here.
They're gonna get to start Roshan. What does
this
Alpha
could be
do?
big.
Full on
They're
entry.
going
Red's gonna get a massive stun! Oh my goodness, they set themselves up for this one. DogChamp destroying Alpha. Losing 3
What the hell was that?
Can't even get the Lich.
If there is one way you could have thrown this game, you have found it. Speaking of inexperience,
believe that just happened.
They just run through a gate as 5 heroes. You had to have known DogChamp was waiting there. But they're like, nah, guys, we're strong. We can just keep you into a gate like this. Surely they're not waiting for us. They're not ready for this. Get team wiped, lose Roshan, and now the game is back to even. What the hell just happened?
Oh, Alpha, you've just handed out the game for DogChamp now. The game just got blown up entirely with that. I don't think I've ever seen. I've seen one team fight happen at the Twin Gates with some similar fashion, with the other team was just waiting with all their awards placed down. They came one by one. That was, I believe, Gunner's Magnus making the big difference.
Oh yeah,
I
remember that.
The patience with the RP, but this was a completely different level of play compared to that.
That was a disaster.
That was an absolute disaster.
Now you got the cheese on the Leshrac with a BKB. Aegis on the Bloodseeker.
All right, DogChamp. I mean, this game has now been handed to you. Let's see how they play it. Let's see how they play it. Alpha's probably going to feel, very, very bad about that. But you got to erase that from your memory and continue playing the game as it is. Speed going to get the initiation out onto the Shadow Fiend. They're going to glimpse him away for the time being, but that Doom not doing enough damage on the Shadow Fiend for now. And DogChamp don't get the opening that we're looking for. So Alpha, patience is key.
All right. Doom is down. They didn't have quite the follow-up there to help, but also great Glimmer Cape to help disengage him there. And very quick on the glimpse as well. There was a BKB for speed, but I don't know if him pressing it would have changed anything as his team wasn't going to follow up.
At this time, they're going to get drawn into the fight. Red 2 in the middle. Blessed Kid going to take some damage here, but he's dealing more than DNM is able to receive. And Red 2 is looking to fall as well. And into the Requiem. It's going to be a bit premature to DNM, but it's going to be fearing everybody else on the side. That's 2 down on the side of DogChamp and 2 also down on the side of Alpha. DNM getting to run away from the fight for now as he was able to get the kill there. But not enough. He's going to get glimpsed to his death, and Speed's going to be the next one to drop. He's running out of resources, doesn't get to stun anybody, and Bloody Nine as well. Steel going to be marching onto the high ground. They were still strong enough on the side of Alpha despite that last fight. Can't even call it a fight. This one was.
Overconfidence from DogChamp. Overplaying their hand there. There was no Doom there, right? They go, okay, I can get this jump again, but this time without Doom. But you saw them. They tried to burn through this SF, had to use the cheese, had to use the Aegis, and without Doom being available, SF got off all his abilities there. And closing in on a Satanic for SF next, that's not just a play you can make right away. You're going to have to wait for this Doom cooldown as Alpha do recover a bit of this game after that pretty big fumble near the Roche pit. Doesn't seem to matter too much anymore. Yeah.
Oh. Didn't get a second lane of racks, but at least a victorious team fight on the side of Alpha. Comes at a cost though. DNM, who just got destroyed from his Aegis. The second round looked a little bit better. The Shadow Fiend was running a bit out of tools there too. So DNM, I think the big mistake there was, I mean, Blessed Kid, I think he's doing the right things, but, you know, just a moment of, you know, calm, cool, and collective was needed there to get that Requiem to connect onto the Bloodseeker as he was spawning for the second time. Probably he would have just popped BKB and all that, but unless he already used it before. I didn't see if he used it at the start. I feel like maybe he needed it to dish out damage because it was the best opening DogChamp had.
Yeah, I mean, for now he's fine. He's going into Sage and Yasha. Gonna have a less duration. Kind of the same approach he took last game with getting it versus the Doom to reduce the duration of this. Pretty much everything. Just the Rupture, the Doom, even some random stuns here and there from the Leshrac. Might make a difference. I thought he would just go straight for the Satanic, but he wants to keep his attack speed going because I think he healed a lot just off of how much damage he does, right?
Yeah.
Just throughout the right clicks, the minus armor that he does get by 8 not seeming to matter so much, and he just wants to keep that damage output going, which I think after looking at that last fight win, I would agree with. Your teammates have bought a lot of auras for you. You need to, more than anything, you need to do the damage.
Yeah, you gotta outscale those auras. Like, they're gonna be diminishing damage that you deal, so just, you know, just do more damage. You know?
Just do more damage, forehead.
Do more damage, yeah, exactly.
Just don't die.
Just don't die. Do more than the opponent's doing to you, and
just kill the enemies and don't die. Dota's a simple game. And kill the enemy throne, of course.
Smoked up as 5 towards mid. Takaya is going to be in front. Disruptor could be a great start for the fight, but he does have that Glimmer Cape if he's fast enough, and he has been fast so far. He's been playing a great series so far, but can he get to rescue his Beastmaster? It's going to be a whole different situation. He does get the ulti. It's only ulti moves, though, and Red 2 sees an opening. He's going to take down Satoshi. Rupture going to be used up as well. Bliss Kid has to back away, and the buyback coming out from Satoshi. They will retreat.
No Doom? Oh, no, they still have Doom. They didn't even use it. They used Rupture, though. But the BKB is down for Blessed Kid, which... that's a big one. So he's going to have to come in later into this fight. A lot's going to be on Satoshi.
Steel on the hunt.
And Steel.
Finally got a connection here, but they're going to get silenced up, gets the move, but the Doom comes out as well, and Moose is still on top of him, tries to get that extra poke in, but Speed's going to be quite alone in the front at the moment. Moose has to disengage too. But look at Blessed Kid. Oh, but the turnaround with a roar, but it's still going to be enough. Blessed Kid's going to go down. Satoshi's going to be dropping next, and DNM, he's just regenerating just enough to survive, and the guy's running like a race car, but Steel, he's got a Lamborghini and just goes past him, takes him away, but at the same time, they just stun-lock Steel and Alpha to lose 4. They got DNM, but at what cost did that come? 4 for 1. And a big streak. Moose gets a lot of money out of that.
A race car versus Steel's Lamborghini.
Not enough.
Well,
I guess you could say he got a new Bugatti, but
I mean, I think more so the Bloodseeker is in like a Lamborghini and Storm is in like a rocket ship.
I guess you could put it that way, but look at the replay from that last fight. Steel, he was so desperate for a kill, purchased off the silence, but still with that Manta or that Illusion rune play there, he still got caught by the War Stomp.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. It was a good Illusion play, but he didn't get... unfortunately, didn't dodge the War Stamp, so he had to spin this fight on the sidelines. But the big thing was Red 2 finally showing up and getting that stun on top of the SF, who had no BKB available, by the way, and blowing him up right away in the fight. That is what made the difference, for sure, to help him win that fight. All the little things as well, of course, that War Stomp hitting too.
And DogChamp is, despite using buybacks this game, having one Roshan taken, still having to hold their high ground, 1 racks down, they're 5k ahead.
Your boy
Speed. Net worth is really showing here.
having this Octarine core on Doom. Very fun and balanced. The Devours do stack on top of each other, so
what is
literally
up
printing
with that?
money.
What is that buff on Doom that continues to refresh? Well wishes.
It's I'll tell you later after this fight.
Okay, all right. I'm curious about that. Like, what the hell? Oh, now it just disappeared. It just continued to refresh.
Those 3 camps down there on the bottom part of the map, each one of those camps you go to give you a small unique buff.
Oh.
If you farm in that area.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, like, why is it continually refreshing itself? Like, what the hell?
No, like, I don't even know what they do anymore at this point. They're very small. Like, one of them gives you armor, one of them gives you, like, some mana regen, the other one gives you, like, some HP regen.
Right. Yeah,
and they're just kind of, like, in the worst...
buff.
Yeah, they're, like, in the worst part of the map. Nobody even farms that. For the most part.
I don't spend enough time on the outskirts of the map for sure. But Alpha, they won't make the same mistake twice. They're here already. Nighttime is starting. Waiting in the top half corner of in front of the Roche pit. But DogChamp is on their way. Alpha's also smoked up. I'm gonna rely with that smoke popping information. Look at the wraparound. DogChamp, they scanned up, couldn't catch anybody with it.
Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor. This is gonna be the big one.
You are muted, sir. Moose is going to be the first one to be scouted out.
If they get the Ag's ultimate on top of, I think, either speed or DNM before they pop their BKBs, I guess Red 2 is okay as well.
Red 2's, yeah.
But if he gets the spells off beforehand, at least he has some defense against that, where the other two might get caught with their pants down.
Yeah, no BKB, no Bloodstone. Leshrac just doesn't seem to do much. So that really is if Tokaya gets to start the fight. But that's literally Static Storm first. But let's see if they can do it. Roshan is alive. DogChamp coming in from the wraparound here. Roche is going to be a bit irritated by this silence.
Oh, they see Red 2. They see him.
And there's the opening. And that's going to be the start of the fight. And it's exactly going to be that. But he will not survive for long enough. And Bloody Knight's going to get hammered down by a couple hits from Blessed Kid. And DogChamp, they will lose 2 heroes that are going to be gone for 70 seconds. And they have to TP back to base. They need to keep these creeps away.
I mean, the strange thing is every hero had buyback except for the Lich and Leshrac. So why run first with the Leshrac in this situation? Maybe he didn't understand that the Ags was available, but it didn't look like whether there's Ags or not there. If you get roared and right-clicked by this SF, I think you're just dead. So a bit of a misplay there from Red 2, thinking he's a lot stronger than he actually is. And Roshan will go the way of Blessed Kid here. And they're looking to go high ground again. This time, I've got no quarrel against them going high ground. Talents online, 37 minutes in the game.
Yeah, this is the timing. Yeah,
Dead heroes, it is time.
This is definitely the timing to go high ground if you want to do it. So that 15 talent, force out the glyph. 10 seconds for Leshrac, 15 for Lich. Lich now has buyback. 3 heroes do have buyback on the side of DogChamp. Keeping the Shadow Fiend at bay with that quick Orchid play.
Moose is just making an army of skeletons, yeah. Can Moose do it? He almost has a nullifier. This is actually a very big item. With the amount of Pavises and Glimmer Capes on the side of Alpha, as well as the Boots of Bearing, we got like Pipe, and I don't think you can purge Pipe, but you can purge the Crimson Guard. Will allow them to get that little bit of extra damage in and stop the mitigation.
He's doing so much damage to that Tormentor that it's almost killing him there.
Yeah, he can't lifesteal off of it, so a lot of sustain from Shadow Fiend is his ability to get the lifesteal off. Just go again to hit these creeps. Full health again. And this isn't even satanic lifesteal. He's just hitting these creeps and healing so much because he just does so much damage there. Backpacks the Mask of Madness, but he's still got the Paladin Sword.
Frost Shield again onto the tower. No glyph this time, so this tier 3 is going to be history. And DogChamp, they're going to have to come back to the defense of this base. DNM especially. He's still pushing out the bottom wave. Blessed Kid continues the siege. 3 minutes on the Aegis. Cheese on the Storm Spirit with Lincoln's with a haste rune in his bottle. As waiting for his time to shine. Red 2, he was caught last time at the front. Gotta be careful again. Kaya moving in. Got the kinetic field placed down. Here comes the hits. Let's track. Gotta be careful. There's the static storm, but it doesn't do much here. And it doesn't look too great for Alpha. They're still going to take the fight anyway. Speed missing the stun. Blessed Kid's going to be dropping very low with the roar coming out as well. Bloodseeker, he's still in the front and able to stand his ground for the time being. Let's track. But there's another ulti from Takaya. The first one was just a bait. And here we go. Requiem coming out. Speed does get the Doom off onto the Storm Spirit, but Blessed Kid continues to hammer away. But now on the chase, they got themselves the Sinister Gaze. Shadow Fiend going to be caught. DNM is going to be chasing him away and force him out of the base. Speed coming up with the stun. Can they take this Shadow Fiend? He's going to be low on HP. Yes, they can. They're going to be taking him away from the fight. Speed's going to be dropping as well from Steel. And Satoshi being forced away by DNM. Red 2 going to be hunting down Braxy and Alpha. They will end up losing members with this push. They were able to deal out damage onto the tier 3 tower, but the melee racks will stand. Age is gone. Chi spent. 2 buybacks coming, though, on the side of DogChamp.
This is one hell of a game, though. Really back and forth. And I do believe there that SF could have got out of there if he wanted to. The buybacks are happening. It's an intense moment. You know, these teams don't have a lot of experience compared to a lot of the other teams we do watch. But he's sitting there hitting that barracks with BKB duration as these buybacks are popping off. Someone needs to make that call faster. Go back. Because that could have been really good for Alpha, but instead, it's just another one of those failed high ground attempts. And when you're winning the game like that, even though you did get these buybacks, it's not a position where you want to give up this much money to DogChamp to crawl back into this game here. As we have a nullifier completely finished for this Klinks. I said Klinks might have to carry this game. Yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna deal out a ton of damage, and maybe even Moose can be able to start fights the way Alpha doesn't really have the capability to do so. Trying to take down Bloody 9, but the stun's going to be connecting despite the Lincolns, and he's going for it. He really wants this kill. He will get it, and it's a BKB charge to teleport away, but that is 6 seconds anyway. That was a Vendetta kill right there.
Yeah, he's still got Arcane for a little bit here, so gonna zip all the way to the Tormentor. And it's dead. Who gets it? Beastmaster Shard. So now you got the root and the reduced cooldown on the Hawks.
Very nice. Handy to keep DNM and Leshrac, both very speedy heroes. If they're not BKB'd up, get stuck on the spot.
Still surprised to see that Satoshi's still not valuing the Drums of Slom whatsoever in this game.
He went Boots of Bearing, though.
He did. That's what you wanted to see.
That's what I did want to see. And Skywrath also opted not to build the Drums of Endurance and has Pavis, Force Staff, Aether Lens after that.
I'm glad he didn't, because they already have a Drums.
Yeah. I mean, it was when Beastmaster... I don't think he had the Boots of Bearing on his quick buy, but I did see the Skywrath have Drums of Endurance on the list. That's what I mentioned. Like, Sky's going to be the one building it. Like, okay, sure thing. But Beastmaster's going to like, nope, I want it. Let me have it.
Yeah, it just goes for a Force Staff instead. Got a casual Aether Lens. A little surprising to see that one. And now going into the Scythe of Ice for the Skywrath Mage here. And it feels like DogChamp, they just don't want to leave their base. Understandable, as they don't have buybacks after that fight on many heroes.
Some room.
Klinks and Leshrac had to buy back there.
I love how Braxy's just about to walk to it, and Steel just zaps all the way from the triangle. It's like, nope. It's not even a bottle refill, but he's got a regen, so might as well just burn it out.
He doesn't care.
Big creep wave coming through top. A lot of money.
All right, Moose now going for the BKB, but we're going to have a smoke play. Is that what I heard?
It's just a Ninja Gear.
Ninja Gear.
I thought the same thing, and I was like, oh, they're leaving? Oh, it's just Lesh.
Yeah.
Misleading. Maybe the sound effect should be different. You know, something like
formal complaint. Yeah, it's just whisper ninja.
Yeah.
Ninja.
Almost a refresher up on the Doom. You can then Doom up both the Storm Spirit Or pop your first on Lincolns to break it, then Doom the Storm Spirit, or get Shadow Fiend as a bonus.
You should code the game, honestly. And when you go into a Ninja Gear smoke, you should have like a special effect where you're kind of like sneaking around.
I have so many ideas in my head right now. Not gonna lie, I honestly feel like when you pop it, you get like this small like poof of smoke screen, like a poof ninja.
It already does the poof, but it doesn't say ninja.
I mean, then does the Ninja Gear do it? I feel like you just turn invisible.
I mean, you definitely hear the puff. I don't know if
you
you
hear
see
the
it.
you hear the puff for sure, but you don't see like a real like smoke. Like when not sure how much you know about like ninjas and samurais, but they had
probably
like
not as much as you.
They had like these smoke grenades and stuff like that, or small explosives.
Yeah.
Which they would, it's kind of like it's chemistry and stuff. They just throw it down to the ground. It causes like a small explosion, and then they use that. That's
chemistry.
Literally the smoke screen. Yeah, because they're like chemical compounds and stuff like that. They
thought it was ninjutsu or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So the art of being a ninja was also making concoctions, making poisons and stuff like that. So it would be cool if you could like. You throw it down on the ground, you make a bit of a poof, like a real smoke cloud come out of the ground on your hero, and then your hero just turns into this kind of like like this, you know what a ninja looks like, right? So you get like a costume. I know what a ninja looks like. So you get like a costume for the time as you're smoked up.
All right, perfect. You just become a ninja.
Yep. And then you turn back to your hero as soon as it breaks.
Scanning.
Or it could make a sound effect when you come out. Hiya! ruin the real, surprise element and make a sound effect for it to pop. Anyway,
Anyway, you lost me on the hiya. It was great until then.
Well, that was the pause. TED Talk is over. So back to the game of DogChamp versus
Nothing's
Alpha.
really happening.
Nothing has happened, hence the fluff. But the game has been a rocky road. Mr. PTP, if I believe you have PTP, can you show us the graphs for this game? I'm getting a no sign. That's not PTP. So it's a bit all over the place. Ups and downs, filled with ups and downs. It's been, the highest. The win rate was very high for Alpha, and then it wasn't. It looked like it was more even towards DogChamp, and now almost back at the same situation. That was a 9% chance for DogChamp to come back into the game after the full-on team wipe next to the Roche pit. So, big changes.
But the one thing that's not going to change is for the next 2 minutes, DogChamp will not be leaving their base. And how will Alpha deal with this, as we do see Satoshi has his own ninja gear smoking across, and Roshan is up.
Hey.
And he's got another refresher shard, which could be good on Storm, could be good on... I think the big thing was Tukaya, he had a refresher in that last game. This game, that last fight. Getting delirious here. It is getting late for everyone, I suppose. But
yep, it definitely is 6 a.m. here.
Yeah, same, totally here. But anyway, moving on. Like if he missed time. One of his ults in that last engagement, right? If he connects with both of them, could be big, as he is going to pick it up.
DogChamp willing to fight outside of their base. Maybe they have something that Alpha doesn't know they have. They're going to be marching on the high ground. Oh, what a beginning. We've seen this movie before. The sequel, Volume 2. Alpha turning into Beta. Killing still battling through, though. Red 2. Going to have to run away from the Requiem, and Moose is just going to disappear. Satoshi also bought back for this one. And Listrak getting caught inside the second Static Storm, almost catching DNM. They're trying to get the vision, but there's no clips remaining. Roar comes out as well. Speed needs to jump in for the rescue, and DNM, he doesn't have the damage. He doesn't have the survivability. And Speed trying to TP home. He's going to be able to get back out of there. Alpha, it looked so bad for them at the start of that fight, but they've got so much stuff from Roshan, just giving them gifts.
Christmas definitely came early for Alpha. However, these buyback timers are deceiving. 20 seconds before the Leshrac, 7 seconds for the Clinks. But this Lich, he's not coming back. Not for another 7 minutes, because he did just buy back in that fine.
7
But that's
minutes.
mega
Ooh.
creeps.
That's a
But
long
maybe they
time
can
the Lich
hold
is
the
gonna be
throne.
out, but it definitely feels like 7 minutes because Alpha's just, they finished out the mega creeps already, forcing out the glyph too. And that's one buyback coming out from the glyph. From the clinks. And another one from the Leshrac, and now DogChamp. Do they ride on the wave that Alpha don't know Lich does not have his buyback? They probably do know he's spent his already a bit earlier on. 4v5.
They should know, and you should wait 10 seconds for this BKB on Blessed Kid. It's not that much to ask for. 10 seconds, my friend. 3. Okay, he's good. BKB's available. Go, go,
Walking in
go!
circles, and they jump at the same time. Leshrac's going to be targeted. Red 2, he's going to go out. And we are looking right now, potentially, yep, DNM going to be falling into the roar. That's a game 3 pretty much secured for Alpha here. Speed still trying to get a bit of vendetta here. Moose is going to go down as well. Speed, he got his ulti off.
Tipping Moose.
They are definitely mass tipping Moose. GG is called, and of course we go to a game number 3. But Alpha, that's their first map victory in the DPC. They gotta feel very happy about that one. It was not an easy win. It was not an easy win for Alpha.
I mean, I think...